Hey Nora, you need to get home right away.
What happened?
Khalu passed away and everyone, yeah, you need to get home.
What?
He's passed away, you honestly need to get home right away.
Okay, that's okay.
Dear Death, it's never nice to hear from you. You're contagious like the flu. Maybe that's not entirely true, but you do make me blue. You sure are some beast. I see you lurking in my shadows like I'm your next feast. My loved ones you steal, but we call them deceased. Dear Death, I know it's not always your fault, but it's nice to blame something when you die beneath a thunderbolt. When we're abused to death but we blame assault, we jump bridges and help you by default. All our secrets die and are left with you as if you're our vault. We drink and we drive like it's not just our lives. We don't think about ourselves nor our wives. These speed limits nudge us like knives. Dear Death, we have to rebel. We won't stop till our feet swell. Slow down, the kids yell. A near miss, but our egos sure can't tell. Only bad drivers will create a bombshell. But this time police rang his doorbell. It's fine, I have my license, I know how to drive. Yet my chest is humming like a beehive, fair clouding my thoughts, will we survive? Don't be ridiculous, you'll all make it out alive. Only 20 over the speed limit, he exclaims again. Dear Death, has he really become this vain? At this point, I'd honestly rather be on a train, but I'd do anything to make a complaint. He was always my hero, regardless of all this chest pain. I wish he didn't literally live on the fast lane. We could be hours early, but he'd always be in a hurry. Grab his keys, lend a smile, and off he was in a scurry. He'd always leave us behind in a worry. Driving off in the distance, his car would go blurry. Dear Death, the road says 80. But he's driving 120. I say even 90 is plenty, but for cares he lacked any. Mistakes happen before you can drop a penny. What is the need for all this rush? Past these cars we barely brush. We can't tell him to slow down, he gives us a hush. These high speeds leave me in a blush. My body all warm and tense, I'm red like I painted this on with a paintbrush. Dear Death, but the air is cold on my hot face. This madness I wish I could erase. Turn back time, one thing I would retrace. My arms in his beloved embrace. I wish he'd slow down, now there's one empty space. But how could he have known this would take place? Pack my bags and my large suitcase, I'll meet him there, even in outer space. Dear Death, I wish he didn't reverse on the highway. I wish I could have this my way. If only he drove less recklessly on the freeway, maybe you wouldn't have tilted the gears. He'd live on with many more years. Come down to New Zealand and meet my peers, but all I'm left with are these tears. Dear Death, I wish you'd given him a chance for my sake, so I could take one more glance, so he'd attend my wedding for me. He'd sing and dance, but he'd called you one too many times, committed way too many crimes. On these roads he'd waste all his dimes. These fines, I know you gave him many lifetimes. I know that's enough with me and my rhymes, but Death, I swear sometimes I feel he's still alive. Oftentimes I hear him as clear as day, as loud as wind chimes. Dear Death, I know you gave him the benefit of the doubt, but if he weren't speeding, I wouldn't be left in a pout. I wish I was there to bail him out. It's not your fault you executed his knockout. You're just doing your job, Scout. You and I can never have a fallout. I'll see you soon. For now, peace out.